So I am a beginner when it comes to Fusion 360. I only done a few models, and this is my first attempt at making a technical 2D drawing. But I'm struggling with some problems here. I'm trying to, as far as I found out, the best way to keep your views separate is to open the base view and drag out the pieces you want, and then you delete the base view and you keep the other ones so you can move them freely. Because according to videos on YouTube, you're supposed to get like a gray square that lets you move them freely. I do not get this square, so I cannot move them freely after I projected them from the main base view. So I have ended up where I have a lot of models. These are basically just new base views. I have a lot of them because I felt that it was the best way to handle. Each time I put in an image, I use a base view because I cannot sort of, as far as I understand, I cannot reuse the base views or something like that without getting like a corruption because it already is used by a different object or something. So as you can see here, I have a lot of base views inputted, and initially I thought my problem was related to memory, but this model uses 6 gigs of memory, and mm, I have my bracket open as a separate model here, and so all the pieces are in there, and I'm using that. The main problem I have now is something that happened yesterday. If I revert back to a version from yesterday, it will seem like everything is okay. In this case, it will revert to back to before I uh, try to bring in updates from the main template. I'm just doing recycles backwards here in time. Getting close now. So when I come to the part where it says I'm missing updates, let's see. Come on, it's a little bit slow. I am wondering if this could be a video card memory issue, but I have a 2080 Super in my computer. I think it has 8 gigs of RAM. Should be more than enough to handle this kind of graphics. Okay. It's a little bit slow. Just want to get back to the point where I have the updates. I'll just quit this and not save the, don't save. So I'll just reopen the drawing, which I saved yesterday without bringing in the updates. So, so here you can see the drawing. When I start loading it in, it looks like this. It's like it cannot show the graphics. But if I drag the graphics that are not showing, it can show it. Let's see. And there, you can tell those were projected views. And if I drag it, it shows. And then at some point I get to something like this. I drag it, it shows, and then I drag the other one, and it shows. And then if I drag this one, it shows. But if I then, what I found was, is if I drag one of these, the other two will disappear, like become totally invisible, like they were. And here you can see I have another part and another part here. Now, as you can see up here, I haven't brought in the updates of the previous version. So it will normally have to, because you make changes to the original models, it will need to bring in the updates from those into the drawing to have the latest version of the drawings. So now you can see everything is showing. Now the biggest problem I have is this one. I have no idea what it is, but it becomes only shaded as lines. I can go and I can try and edit view and try and just set it to this or set it to change here or like this. It still does not show anything but basically like a wireframe, even if I move it. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna bring in the updates from the model. I haven't made any changes to the model. It's the same model. The only thing I did was add a few of the I made like separate savings of the like these in different steps of the progress of when I made it, and I just brought those in as Fusion files. As you can see here, they are linked to separate Fusion files. Now the Fusion files are still there. It's the originals ones I used from yesterday. So when I click here to get the updates, a lot of the images just disappear. Remember, I had it in the beginning before I sort of just reverted back to the version yesterday. It takes a little while. Now it looks like it has brought in updates. I don't know. Looked like that went okay. Let's see, if I drag this one, what happened before is if I drag this one, it becomes a wireframe. It didn't happen now. Okay. If I drag this one, the other ones disappeared. It doesn't happen now. That is just weird. So I'm trying to get to show you something that didn't work, and now it apparently works. Let's say if I save it with those changes, now it should be saved as a last version. So now you can see all the objects. But up here, why have these disappeared now? What happens is I just have to go and I have to sort of drag them a little bit and then they reappear. And here, now it's gone. And sometimes these disappear. Oh, now it happened here. For me, this is almost like a graphical issue. It's like my video card cannot handle the graphics. I don't know. Do you think this is a video memory problem? But there shouldn't be so much data there. See? Now that one just turned to it's not 3D unless I move it. Edit view. Set the wireframe. Change it. And close. Now it shows. So this is just so weird. Oh, the model disappeared again. And see now it shows like before it had updates done to it. That's the normal shade it should have. See, this is the first one. again. I just drag it a little bit and it gets focus. Is this a memory issue? So I am gonna try to close this, and I'm gonna also try and just close the model, and I'm gonna kill Fusion 360. And I'm gonna wait a few seconds for memory to restart, and I'm gonna restart Fusion 360. This time I'm not gonna open the model itself, I'm just gonna open the drawing. Still nothing. Remember, I talked about moving the objects and the show, and then I drag them out of view. It's almost like it has no graphic memory enough. Let me see if I can see how much memory is in use by the system. To see how much video memory is in use.
This page should display a few things about your graphics card, including...
So it's in the task manager. For those who wonder, I have 32 gigs of RAM. It's using 2.3 gigs of memory, 2.6 gigs of memory. Dedicated GPU, and it has borrowed 24 gigs. But why is it